the support of the immediate past governor, Nyesom Wike, who is now FCT minister, and his political party, the PDP. However, similarly, Fabra was sworn to office as governor of Rivers State, not governor of the PDP of Wike's political family. But in setting up his office as governor, we saw what has happened. Virtually everybody that worked with the governor was nominated from a particular source. Just like what you see in the House of Assembly. We have had the immediate past governor say he bought the forms for everybody. So what has happened is a situation where loyalty is...
On his part, Asim Adams said that the resignation of the executive cabinet members should be a matter of concern to the current administration.
Then as a politician, like what is happening now, the governor seeing these people resigning in droves, bleeding the cabinet at this point in time, there should be cause for worry. Not just for him, but for those of us who are onlookers.
This is coming after 5 pro-Wike commissioners recently resigned from Governor Fubara's cabinet. Delta State Police Command has arrested 5 suspects involved in kidnapping, robbery, and cultism. The command spokesperson, SP Edafe Bright, who disclosed this in a statement, said that following the combined efforts from the police operatives of the command and operatives from the Force Intelligence Units Abuja on the hideout of the suspects, the DPO Orerope CSP Paul Obowere immediately mobilized and led his patrol team to the hideout in Warri, and after a painstaking search of the entire area, the said Yakubu Yao was arrested. The statement said victims also identified suspects who led detectives to Uhabe community in Okpe local government area, where 2 automatic pump-action guns, 1 live cartridge, and 1 knife hidden and buried in the bush were recovered. The command also said that investigations are still ongoing and that efforts are being made to arrest other fleeing members of the gang, and a locally made revolver gun and 2 live cartridges were found during a search in his house. A pressure group within the Edo State chapter of Labour Party known as Catalyst Committee has advised the Independent National Electoral Commission and the judiciary to uphold the rule of law and the provisions of the Electoral Act in the forthcoming governorship elections. A statement by the coordinator of the group, Abel Oware in Benin City, said it is only when justice is served that democracy can be deepened in the country, adding that the call became imperative as some money bags were alleged courts to ensure that justice was not served, thereby subverting the will of the people. This is coming after Imam Swabon had dragged the Labour Party governorship candidate Akpata to the Federal High Court in Abuja and Benin City. His governorship candidate in Edo State, and earlier had alleged that Akpata was not fit to have participated in the Labour Party primary elections as a result of the issues bordering on the provisions of false information and dual citizenship, among others. He also said that the issues in question did not only breach the party and INEC guidelines, but also contravene the country's 1999 constitution as amended. The state PDP chairman also urged members of other political parties to use the opportunity offered by the exercise to return to the PDP fold. Gully erosion around Ofaha Oku, a major Uyo community hosting the University of Uyo, and Cornelia Corneli College in Akwa Ibom State has displaced residents of the area. The victims, numbering about 120, King Meme Owamadike alias Evan, has opted for the option of a plea bargain. The State Prosecution Counsel Yusuf Sule said the court plea bargain option after the case called for a rearrangement before Evans of Evans before Justice Adenike Koka. Evans and his co-defendants are to be rearranged on an amended 5 counts bordering on murder, attempted murder, and conspiracy to commit felony, kidnapping, and attempted murder. The prosecutor said that the plea bargain terms were being by the Attorney General of the Lagos State, Lawal Pedro. Ekiti State Governor Biondo Oyebanji has approved 50% subsidy on palm oil palm, cocoa, and cashew seedlings to be distributed to farmers during the planting season as part of efforts to state to the golden era of the 1970s, when the state was reputed globally as one of the leading cocoa producing centers in Nigeria. Boluade urged all legacy farmers and new ones to key into the scheme and benefit from the program, adding that the government would also support the farmers with agrochemicals to prevent fungi diseases and pests and ultimately improve yield, stressing that the global cocoa business was booming in the international market as prices of the commodity had climbed on the international market to $10,000. Boluade, who had at the time called on the farmers in the states to take advantage of the scheme to enrich themselves and the state by extension, said that the Oyebanji administration was committed to unveiling the state's agricultural potentials for economic viability. The Federal High Court in Osogbo, presided over by Justice Nathaniel Ayo Emmanuel, has struck out the suit filed by Kanmi Ajibola, asking to be allowed to continue appearing to defend clients after becoming a lawmaker. In his ruling on Thursday, the judge said it was against the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended for public servants to engage in self-serving activities or businesses which will earn them income, stressing that although Ajibola said in his application he would be rendering pro bono service cases involving the indigent, the law did not allow him to perform outside his public office. He maintained that Ajibola's claim was inconsequential in the face of the Constitution, and while the lawmaker appreciated the decision of the court, he, however, vowed to take the case to the Court of Appeal. This is coming after Ajibola, a lawyer, became a lawmaker representing Oriade constituency in the Assembly on the platform of the People's Democratic Party during the 2023 general elections. Elections will be held across the 16 local government areas of Kwara State on September 21, 2024. A statement issued by the Kwara State Independent Electoral Commission in Ilorin said the elections will be held across the 16 local government areas of Kwara State. The statement also told us to follow public communication and get ready for the elections within the time frame. National arrest was made at the Garki and Wuse axis during an enforcement to curb substandard goods. NAFDAC Head of Investigation and Enforcement Federal Task Force, Ebugushiki Musa Godia, said that the detained persons will be investigated. He said that NAFDAC would work to ensure that fake cosmetics and other counterfeit products were completely wiped out of the country, despite security at the border. He also said that the market value of the seized cosmetics was 35 million naira, and NAFDAC would continue to investigate to unravel the level of involvement of the suspects. That after investigation, the management of the agency would take its regulatory action, which probably may involve prosecution of those suspects for the crime committed. The Federal High Court in Abuja has dismissed a motion filed by Professor challenging the qualification Benny Bonisinya to practice. Justice James Omotosho, in a ruling, held that the application and the counter affidavit filed by parties in the controversy over the legal after Ndifon, the suspended Dean of Faculty of Law in the University of co-defendant Sonny Anyanwu had Messiah was not qualified to practice as a lawyer, and that the development had robbed the court of its jurisdiction to entertain the matter, while praying the court to squash the charge against them. He said, contrary to the judgment, that the appellation doctor added to his name was as a result of an additional academic qualification acquired by him after he had been called to bar as a legal practitioner, and also alleged that the names of the lead counsel to the defendants, Joe Age, S.A.N., and the other advocates appearing with him in the case, were not on the roll, were not on